So people often ask me why bother with change management when there's no choice but to adopt, and there's two answers to that. Hobbits and burning platforms don't work. Hobbits, well, Professor of Psychology was talking about how we react to change, and he said, when you see stories like The Lord of the Rings, where you see the hero journeying to lands of terror and danger, that's what happens to you. You're in this little safe space, the Hobbit in the Shire. There's a great evil brewing somewhere, so off you go into the land of terror and uncertainty. And he says it's better to go on purpose because at least you can be prepared. And he explains that this is how we work as humans. We know for sure that if you're going to face a threat, or in our case a change, a big change, a large change in an organisation, if you face it voluntarily, your body activates itself for exploration and mastery. But if you face it involuntarily, the same size threat, then you revert to prey mode and you're frozen. That's way more stressful, it's way harder on your body, so it's better to keep your eye open and watch for emergent threat. And that feeds into the second reason. Burning platforms don't work, and it's part of the reason that we describe why they don't work. So what are burning platforms? Well, there was a disaster on an oil platform in the North Sea off the coast of Aberdeen in Scotland. And the platform caught fire, and there was one person, platform worker called Andy Mochan, who woke up in the middle of it. So he was surrounded by fire. He had two options, burn or jump into the freezing North Sea. So he jumped and he survived. 167 others didn't. And so that's been used as a metaphor in change management for a while when you've got no other choice. Here's 4 reasons why that does not work. Number 1, they're impractical. As I said above, we've got to tap into folks' emotions to create, as Cotter suggested, a sense of urgency for a change. But if you focus on negative emotions like fear, this can be like shouting fire. So even if your primary sponsor wants to say there's no other choice, or as we say in Scotland, you can like it or you can lump it, don't do it. Also, most organisations won't let you disseminate such a message. By the time it's gone through review, such a message will be diluted, softened, jargonised and generalised, and will lose much of its impact. The second reason is that they're misleading. Clarity like jumping off a burning platform is rare, it's artificial even. An organisation's problems are rarely as simple as that, and there's likely a lot of solutions, few or none of which are 100% compelling. The third reason is it focuses on the problem, not the solution, and that's linked to number 2 above. So even when an organisation can't define its problems simply, it's rare for them to be able to pose simple and clear solutions that apply to everyone. So if you want to create panic, shout fire. But if you want to create purposeful and urgent action, don't shout fire. So if you don't have a simple solution to a simple problem, don't shout fire. And the fourth reason is it's violent and individual focused. The burning platform approach to change misses what matters most when organisations embark on major change programs, and those are collaboration for mutual benefits, cultivating positive emotions, including a sense of shared accomplishment towards well-defined goals. On that one, remember, start with the why and make sure everyone knows the why. It's about building resiliency and flexibility. And so ultimately, we're experiencing liminality between the current state and the transition state, and the transition state and the future state. So all the things we need to drive change management aren't present when we shout fire. So ultimately, if someone asks you why burning platforms don't work, why no other choice doesn't work, the answer's simple. Number 1, with excellent change management, we help individuals activate themselves for exploration. Without excellent change management, and by using burning platform and there's no other choice, folks will revert to prey mode and freeze. And we don't want that, right? Hope that helps.